Hi, I'm Frank. I'm Fran. And I'm Fritz. And we are the talking emojis for Talking Headz. Welcome to another edition of Talking Headz. Hey, Fran and Frank, I got a hot topic for you. I was surfing the internet and I saw this video and I got to talk about this one. And I want to hear what you fellas have to say. This is bound to stir up a lot of controversy. This is the topic. Black women are illiterate, insecure, and irresponsible. What do you think about that? The crazy part about it is the person who made that statement is an African American female. So let's talk about this. Wow. Woo. Well, can we see the tape? I want to hear what this sister has to say. I second that. That's a powerful statement, especially coming from a sister. I want to see the tape too. Let's hear what this sister's talking about.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Robinson, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that seems to be really hard for people that look like me to really talk about in an honest way. And that's the state and behavior of black women. And I don't mean that in a positive way. I mean that in a negative way. It seems like anyone in the black community doesn't want to talk about the negatives about us as black women. What we do in public, how we portray ourselves on the internet, how we are as mothers, and who we pick as fathers for our children. Now, I don't have any children, which is a rarity in the black community, to be a 20-something-year-old woman with no children. But again, that's why we're discussing the bad behaviors and just bad everything about black women. Now, the reason I'm doing this is to make everybody aware that there are two differences. Not all black women act like that, and I will get a lot of comments that say that. Yes, I know, not all black women act like that, but majority of us do. And most women in general, we kind of like to go with the anomaly, not the majority. So it's kind of weird that a lot of people do that, but especially in the black community. But we'll just get to that in a second. Most of what you see on TV is actually not a lie. When you see them on Basketball Wives fighting each other, pulling weave, wearing weave, buying expensive hair, being loud in public, throwing things at each other, that's how black women act on a normal basis. Now, the ones that don't, like me, let's start speaking out against people like that. Because personally, I don't want to be lumped in with a bunch of girls that seem to like to beat each other up for no reason. But some may. Or maybe you do want to be a part of that society, but I don't. And I just want to let all the girls that don't, let's all start speaking to each other, because that's another thing that we don't do in the black community. We don't speak to each other because we're afraid we're one of those crazy people. And no one ever brings that up in topics or anything at all in public. Let's start speaking to each other to see if we're that crazy person. You can tell by the way someone talks immediately if they're that crazy black person.
Well, she's obviously very opinionated about how she feels about black women. Black women, I'm sorry. I would think that some of it is what she has seen on TV with some of these crazy reality shows. Some of it may be what she's seen in person. And she's just, giving her opinion about how she feels. Hey, friend, man, that sister is on point. There's a lot of insecure, irresponsible crazy black women out here acting, like the world owes them something and they could just do whatever the hell they want. And that's why these reality shows are so popular, because these sisters can relate to that, because that's reality for them. That's their reality. And so she's just pointing that out. Wait a minute, Fritz. You tend to fly off the deep end with these topics. Not every black woman out there is how this young sister is depicting them. There's a lot of secure, together sisters that are out there doing what they need to do, and they're very responsible. So it's not every black woman that portrays themselves in this light. Hey, Frank, come on, man. This sister even said it herself. We in the black community are real, insecure ourselves and standoffish about pointing out our fallacies. We don't want to say how messed up we are and how we need to check ourselves in a lot of situations. We don't want to do that. All right, guys, come on, man. There's two sides to every story. There's a handful of sisters out there that are acting the way that this sister says they act. They out there like that. Then there's another side of sisters out there that are being responsible and handling their business and doing their thing. The question is, where is the majority? Can we say that the overwhelming majority are the way that this sister says they are? Well, you know what I'm going to say. The overwhelming majority of these sisters are out there acting the way that this sister says they act. Now, I'll throw a little caveat in there and tell you that they are young. They're a younger generation, and they're out there, and these are the ones that we usually see in these reality TV shows, but in reality as well. So I say it's the majority as far as I see it. Well, I can't say that for sure. The circles that I travel in tend to be older women, a little bit more mature, a little bit more responsible, and I don't see a lot of them acting like what she says they act. They are out there, no doubt about it. But the circles that I travel in, I don't really see a lot of that with these women. So I have to disagree with you a little bit on that, Fritz. As far as I see it, it's in the minority. For me, I think it, to some degree, balances itself out. And Frank, you just can't look at it from the circles that you travel in. That's just your own personal thing. You got to look at it from a holistic and an overwhelming standpoint. And, it can balance, for me, it can balance itself out. So it depends on where you're looking and how you see it. But it tends to balance itself out. Well, I disagree with both of y'all. I think overwhelmingly, man, these black women out here are just off the Richter scale. They just, crazy, irresponsible, don't care about nobody but themselves, gold digging. It's all about the money for them. And that's how I see it. Y'all got your opinion, I got mine. That's just how I see it. So let's hear from you guys. What do you think? You tell us how you see it. Well, I'm Frank. You heard from Fran. You heard from Fritz. You got their opinion on this. Let's hear what you have to say. We look forward to your responses and your comments. And it's an interesting topic. So stay tuned for the next episode of Talking Headz. If we get enough comments and responses, we'll continue this conversation. And we'll see what happens.